Shalom, Israel. Shalom. It's your brother Malak. Hopefully everyone is doing wonderful today. Family, I was thinking about my upbringing a couple of days ago. And, just like most of you guys, grew up in a single parent home, where the father was not there. And, and for years, I was mad, I was upset, because I thought that the other children had an advantage because they had both parents. My mom, she sent me to my aunt, my uncle, who raised me, helped raise me, my grandmother. And, I began to realize young that there was a purpose that I just couldn't put my hand on it, why I was going through the things that I was going through. I learned a lot of mechanical skills. I learned carpentry skills. I learned uh, cooking, gardening. I learned a lot of things, from those people that was in my life that really uh, that really showed me that even though I didn't have my father, I didn't have both parents in my life, that I was still loved. But still, again, I felt like there was something that was missing in my life, and that was more than just my parents. But taking those experiences, taking those emotions, and realizing that again, there was something greater that I just couldn't put my finger on. I see a lot of kids again. When I was growing up, I seen a lot of kids that had both parents there, but as I got older and started having children of my own, I knew that irregardless, I was going to make sure that I was going to be in my kids' life, whether whether or not me and the mom was going to be together. You know, you know, I wanted us to be together, but just in case, I always knew that I wanted to be in my children's life. Sometimes the absence of a parent, depending on the soul of the child, shows you how to be a better parent. Let that resonate for a minute in some of your head. Now, with that being said, even though I learned a lot of these skills, I couldn't put my finger on it back then. But as I got older and I began to have kids, like I said, things began to make more sense. I was able to teach my children these things. It's humbling to have your children tell you that they have become the man. My son's telling me they have become the man that they are because of me, because of my sacrifice. Raised my kids. Unfortunately, the mom and I didn't see eye to eye, and I wound up getting custody and becoming a single father. So I kind of understand where a lot of you sisters feel from that perspective. I really do. But a lot of times, sisters, y'all just want the money. And that's what their mom just wanted the money. Don't really want the responsibility, just wanted the money. And the kids suffer. With that being said, I see a lot of younger brothers and sisters into the truth now, having full knowledge of generational curses. Bring that same spirit that they was a victim of when they grew up in a single parent home. They bring that same spirit into the home into their household with their children. And these babies suffer. And again, these babies don't learn those basic skills. You have children, you have little girls that are not being taught how to cook, how to clean. These little boys don't know how to do basic mechanical skills, whether it's changing the starter, changing the tire, changing oil, you know, basic carpentry skills. I mean, we're raising up a generation of zombies. That's the whole thing about coming into the truth, is to break those generational curses. You know, I knew even as a youngster, even as a child, that I wanted to be there for my children because there was something wrong with that picture. And I know a lot of you guys, y'all grew up with that same spirit. There's something wrong with the picture of not having both parents there. And then you come into the truth and you bring that same spirit into the truth. And these babies suffer. I mean, if you can't take care of children, or if you're not willing to sacrifice for those children, your selfishness, why have children? You know, that's just the way I feel. That's, you know, some may get upset at that. Some may think it's, you know, that's cool. That's it need to be said. I'm glad that there's people that feel like that need to be said, because I think it need to be said. Those that don't like it, you got to live with it, not me. Because are you going to be a part of the problem, or are you going to be a part of the solution? With that being said, as usual, peace, love, shalom.